What's up, squad? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, guys, I have not gotten to love readings in the past 2 months because of who I am as a person and how busy I've been. And then I had like that alter ego that Tauruses have sometimes where it's like we could be so freaking productive and then we wake up one day and it's like, I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to sleep today. So, just finding balance with myself. But I did want to start September with some love readings to make sure that we do have them this month. So let's see what's going on. Now this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And at the end of this reading, I will do separate advice for singles and then for couples so that we know how things apply to each. What is going on for the sign of Taurus in regards to love? Past, present, future, September 2018. What is good with squad? Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, just being you guys, moving forward methodically, trying to really pace your steps, know what you're getting into, just kind of searching the land, looking through it before getting into it, sort of thing. So let's see what's going on, guys. Okay. So the energy that we have here is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So this could definitely be a troubling sort of situation where there's a lot of arguing, where there's people that are not really listening to each other. They're kind of just yelling over each other to get their point across, but still standing your ground through a lot of adversity. Maybe there's secrets here that you guys, you know, are still holding on to, where you're having the sense of disappointment or heartbreak and you're trying to just talk it down and kind of suppress what you're feeling. But there is something here that really is working well, that you're putting a lot of effort into, where if there's any sort of confusion, anything you didn't see for what it truly was, with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, you're seeing it for what it is. You're getting past something that you may have been stuck on, whether it be a person or just, you know, a mindset or a habit that you had in regards to love. So let's go into the past, squad. The first card that we have is the Temperance card in the reverse. So for some of you, you could have been dealing with a Sagittarius specifically that was off the hinges for something, whether you pissed them off or you know, they did something just foul. But this is just a sense of feeling very imbalanced here. With the Strength card, you're feeling imbalanced within yourself, but on the exterior, you are being resilient and you are making, you know, the moves that you need to remain in power, okay, just over yourself. And we have the High Priestess here, so the problem that made you guys uneasy was the fact that you felt something in your heart and in your soul, even if you weren't able to prove it, okay? Or if you're not with anybody at all right, there could just be that imbalance that you have, that you don't have someone else there, but that you're still in a place where you're wise and you're ready, and when that person comes across, or, you know, when they come across your path, you know that it's them. You know that that's what's going to work for you. Now, we have the Six of Swords, okay? So a move that you made that may have been difficult, you know, moving away from somebody. For others, it could be traveling. You know, this card comes up all the time when I'm dealing with people that are military affiliated or travel a lot for business, okay? So it could be having to move away from home and just wanting to be home. Things being difficult in that way. And we have the World card here. So there's a new start, or, you know, a new chapter that comes into your life where you're closing out something, you know, you're ending a chapter and you really just want to go into something new. Either you want to take it to the next level. For some of you, you could just be, you know, completely just moving away from somebody. Okay, two cards here flipped. It was the Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So what that would mean in this regards is that you're moving away from something, but your main goal is to not go against what you naturally feel good with, okay? So following what your soul needs and not pushing anything that you feel uneasy about. And we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So some of you could have moved away from somebody There could have been a lot of shit talking. Maybe they stopped talking to you or you stopped talking to them, but you guys wanted a new start altogether. Okay, whether it's ending something that didn't work for you in a relationship and then finding a new way with the same person, or just going towards a new journey in love altogether. Okay, and we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So there's something here where you guys just didn't feel a victory, or maybe you didn't feel proud of how you reacted. Okay, and we have the Tower card in the reverse. So there's something here that you weren't proud of, or a victory that you didn't feel that you had, but a huge catastrophe, a huge problem that was avoided. Alright, and we have the Emperor. For some of you, you could have been dealing with an Aries or Virgo. For others, this is just a sense of having to make the decision that's going to be best for everyone involved. Okay, even if this entails not necessarily getting what you may have initially wanted. Okay, but this is someone that's going to use their mind and their experience as opposed to their heart in the situation. Okay, if you guys see smoke going across the screen, I realize I haven't said anything. I just have some sage lit, so I promise that this room is not on fire. Okay. Now we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So there's some sort of catastrophe in the past that was avoided, but a very harsh sense of communication possibly between you and somebody else. Or for some of you, maybe it's just someone that stopped talking to you, or you stopped talking to them. Okay. Now in the present moment, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So it could kind of be that same thing, because these are two messengers where maybe someone withdraws themselves from a situation. But another thing that this Page of Cups in the reverse means is when somebody says things and they do things, but the best way to describe it is kind of like pillow talk, where you're in the heat of the moment and it's just like, oh, I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but then once you're done with what you got to do, it's just like, oh shit, why did I say that? I did not mean that. I don't want to spend the rest of my life with this person. So something where someone can just be talking a good talk, but it's not necessarily something genuine. But you guys are still going with the flow, all right? So you have the Hanged Man. So even if you feel that way, you're not going to go towards anything if you feel like there's something that's off. But there is some sort of pain or some sort of disappointment that you guys, I feel, are suppressing. All right? And we have the Knight of Pentacles where you're getting through it gracefully. It's just something that's still bothering you. And that's typical Taurus shit where we kind of just hold a grudge for a really long time. Okay? Now, the center of this reading where everything kind of connects is the Devil card. It's called the shadow side in this deck. But here it's like there's something, whether it's just a situation, you know, a relationship that's toxic, or habits that people have that, you know, bring toxicity into a relationship. So let's see why this card is here. You have the Moon card. So maybe secrets come out, okay, and there's something that you realize is toxic about what you're in. Or there could be a sense of clarity that you get that maybe this isn't the best thing. Maybe this is toxic for me. All right, and we have the Magician in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, maybe you're questioning yourself. Am I building something with a person who's manipulating me? Do I fully know what's going on? Is this good for me overall, or is it toxic? Okay, should I be looking at a new start altogether? Okay, or is this a way that we can kind of fix this and redo things and find a new way? All right, because there's definitely someone here that you guys feel very close to. All right, so with the Two of Cups, you know, that's a couple's card, but it could also be a soulmate card as well. Why is this Two of Cups here? We have the Sun card in the reverse, so that could have many meanings. Let's pull one more card to see which it is. And the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So there's actually something that comes in here where it's unexpected, and if there's any burden that you feel, that burden is dropped. Okay, but with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, this is a Taurus energy, so it could be you guys, or maybe it's, you know, the other person towards you, because all of this energy could be, you know, interchangeable. But there is somebody here that's, you know, probably not as interested as the other person. So if this is you, you kind of just have to be very honest with yourself, and you have to think, you know, am I truly happy here? What keeps me here? Am I afraid to be alone? Am I afraid that I can't get better? Is this someone that I've been with a long, you know, for a long time? And, you know, for Tauruses, we don't like change. We don't like drastic changes, especially if they're very sudden. So maybe that's a big thing that's holding you back. It's like, you know, I've been dealing with this person for, you know, an X amount of years. So do I truly want to let this go? Is this safe? Is this the safe choice? Is that why I stay? So there's some sort of convenience that somebody's finding within all of this. Okay, now moving forward, the first card that we have is the Eight of Wands in the reverse, where there could be that, you know, communication that's cut off, or, you know, there's a cease of action, or maybe you guys are texting back and forth steadily, and then you just stop. Someone kind of falls off, or maybe both do. And we have the Three of Cups, so let's get one more card to see what this is trying to say. And the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's something here that is cut off. For the majority of you, it could be the Taurus cutting it off. But at the same time, I feel that there's something that excites you too. So maybe for the few amount of Tauruses that could be bringing a third-party situation to the table, you decide that there's one that you have to let go, or something here that you have to let go, but you feel a sense of relief, you feel a sense of celebration with letting this go. Okay, because now you feel like you could expand and really take an offer. And with the King of Swords in the reverse, either you're moving away from somebody that was just very maybe controlling, abusive in some sort of ways, or maybe you're just taking an attitude of, I need to do what's best for me, and right now I don't give a crap who feels what. I need to move on, and I need to make the choice that's going to benefit me. Okay, so the King of Swords in the reverse could come about in those two different ways. You know, are you just waking up and just wanting to be malicious and fuck up a person's day for no reason? Or have you been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to the point where you just react? And, you know, that's the downfall of Taurians. And I have to admit that that's something I work on myself, where I will be so calm and just, you know, so easygoing. And I could stay quiet. I could take a lot. But then it's going to get to that point where one day I'm going to be like, holy shit, will you shut the fuck up? And I just go off. You know, because I just blow and the volcano just erupts. So, you know, it just depends on which spectrum you guys are at. Alright, so the next card we have for the future is the Queen of Swords. So it could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini that you guys are dealing with in all of this. Or maybe just a sense of you guys really guarding yourself, or someone guarding themselves towards you. And we have the Seven of Wands. So something that you're really standing your ground with in regards to this, whether it's an attitude or a person. And with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, if there's anything here that you were not sure about, where you kind of felt blindfolded to the truth, or anything that you weren't aware of, or just trying to turn a blind eye to any mental setbacks, or, you know, anything that could have been wrong here, this is everything coming to light. If you felt stuck, this is you moving past that, you know, feeling of being stuck. And there's a sense of wish fulfillment here. So, you know, something that comes in, and for some of you, to be completely honest, it's ending something. It's getting out of something. So maybe some of you are stuck in something where you know you've been needing to get out. And now it's like, okay, I need to make that move. I need to get out. Okay, with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, I feel like there's just a huge sense of discontent towards somebody. You have the King of Cups in the reverse. So maybe you're unhappy with someone because, you know, they're seeing other people and you can't trust them. Maybe you're unhappy and you start seeing other people. Okay, but with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, there's a huge loss that's felt here in regards to abundance. But with this loss brings stability, brings foundation, brings balance. Something comes into your life where any sense of being rejected, left out in the cold, you know, just not being wanted, or maybe not wanting someone, you completely get over it. All right, but I definitely see arguing that could be happening, or harsh communication between you and someone that you're dealing with. But for a lot of you, maybe a new start here. Okay, maybe you're going towards a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But there is going to be some sort of harsh end, or some sort of betrayal that's felt, and something that falls out because maybe somebody can't keep their interest to one person. Okay, so let's see how all this works out. That's definitely a lot to take in. So let's pull some cards of advice. We're going to start with the Taurian singles. Alright, so let's see what your advice is in regards to the situation. What is going on with Taurus singles? Let me get 3 cards of advice for Taurus singles for September 2018. Alright, so there's going to be a big change. a victory that's felt, but I feel like you guys are going through a catch-22 sort of situation where either, you know, you guys are coming across a good change that you feel good about, but at the same time, you have something that could be disappointing where you don't think that it's worth the risk anymore. But I see, you know, something new coming in and something old leaving. And you guys really just having to stand your ground through a lot of adversity and taking on something new, but walking away from someone at the same time. Okay? For some of you, maybe you're putting a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini in the past, okay, and getting into a relationship with somebody else. Or you can be getting into something new with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Let me clarify each card because this could go quite a few ways. And you guys know I like to be unnecessarily detailed. Yeah, so there's some sort of love offer that comes in. You know, you guys are moving away from something that just wasn't balanced. You're taking in a new offer. Again, could be with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or maybe an air sign here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But whatever's coming in or whatever you're moving away from, you're just not worried about the situation that you're letting go. So you're just releasing something here. And there's definitely a reconciliation or a new relationship that's coming in here. And a big change that's going to happen. Okay? But there's someone that you guys are just fed up with. You've gone above and beyond and you're no longer interested. Okay, so that's what you're giving up on. And now there's just that sense of gray area while you're letting someone go and, you know, starting something new. Okay, so singles, that is what I see for you in September. All right, so let's look at Taurus couples. What is the advice for Taurus couples September 2018? Alright, squad, so let's see what's up here. Okay. So this could mean a few things, and I'll clarify this one as well. So we have the Five of Wands, so this is pettiness, tension, back and forth bickering, maybe a situation where third parties are involved. But there is a sense of conflict that I feel is actually given up on, you know, whatever the root of this conflict is, just being let go of in order for you guys to find stability. Okay, to have a solid foundation with this person again. So it could just be a bump in the road that you're going through. All right, so let's clarify all of these to see if that message still holds. Okay. So for the majority of you, I don't even want to say majority. I just want to say there's going to be two different situations happening with people here. In one situation, someone may find stability outside of the relationship. Okay, King of Cups in reverse. So they move out of this relationship, and although there's a lot of conflict here, they know that they're going in the path of their higher self. For others of you, there could have been some cheating, some sort of promiscuity, or just someone not being able to keep their word, not being able to be that strong figure that you wanted them to be. Or maybe you're the one that's letting the other person down and you're trying to, you know, cut all the bullshit, get through the conflict. All right. But for a lot, there could be some sort of interference, possibly with the Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So just something to be aware of. Okay. But whatever the issue is, I see you guys ending in chapter. So it really just depends what level you're on. I mean, my advice, if you're truly, truly, truly in the bottom of your heart feel that this person is seeing someone else, you do not need that shit. I don't want to see my Tauruses out there looking weak, dealing with no fuck shit, okay? And I'm sorry for my language, but I get passionate about this. I've seen too many people suffer, myself included. We don't have time for this, okay? So if there's any sort of strong feeling like, I know you're talking to someone else, I don't even need proof, I know it. Just the fact that you feel so strongly about it, even if they're not, that says something. Okay, you have to be able to trust the person that you're with. So if something happens where you're like, okay, something's off, you have to be strong, you gotta let it go. Okay, even if you go through a situation where you forgive one another, You know, I don't want to be a pessimist when it comes to this, but my genuine opinion on this is that if you let someone slide once, okay, 2 or 3 times, they know that you're going to forgive them, okay, and they're going to continue. There's no such thing as accidental cheating. There's no such thing as being a scumbag on, you know, accident. So if someone continues to show you the same pattern, or they're interested in someone else, you open the door and you realize that you are some bomb ass shit, you know, and that you can get whatever it is that you want in life. You just have to set your mind to it. So I don't want to see you guys tripping over anybody. If they're not with it, tell them to go. Okay, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Swords in the reverse. So something here where there's just something you can't get over, and you just don't feel like there's going to be victory there. You don't feel proud of something that's happened. So there's this decision that you guys make where you bring balance into your life, and that's to have a whole new start. Okay, so if you're in, you know, a situation that realistically, guys, is abusive, or somebody is cheating, it's time to let it go. All right, for some of you, maybe you're going to become the King of Swords in the reverse, where you say, look, I gave you my heart and my soul, and I don't have time for it anymore. I have to go, and I'm going out with the girls tonight, or I'm going out with the boys tonight, and I'm going to have a damn good time. Okay, so either you guys are fed up and leaving something that's not working for you, or you're just, you know, getting through something really, really tough and finding what's going to be best for you. But you guys really have to be smart about this and ask yourself, you know, in our totality and everything that we've gone through, have you done more good or more bad for me? And you have to be honest with how you weigh it out, because we all have that true love soulmate. We all have someone who's just going to get our hearts, and they're going to get our souls, and we all have that person in our lifetime. We deserve to find that. So every minute that you waste on somebody that isn't that true love soulmate, that you just connect, that you guys can feel each other even if you're not in the same room or same state or same country, you still feel that cord, you still feel that connection. Find that, okay? It's worth it. So, good, interesting. Just be strong, guys. Do what you have to do. And even if it's a difficult decision that you have to make, time heals all, okay? So, in some situations, it's much more difficult to hold on to something than it is to let it go. So don't think about your instant gratification. Don't think about, oh, well, I want to sleep next to them tonight. I'm going to be so sad if I don't have them tonight. Yeah, well, you're going to hate yourself in 5 years if you keep telling yourself that every day, and then you never get rid of them, and you never lose that grip. Okay, so always think about your future self. Anytime I'm going to make a very serious decision, I go, how would Lissette in 5 years feel? And I know Lissette's going to be a boss. I know Lissette's going to be doing big things. So I need to think on her level, although I may not be there yet. Okay? Always look out for your future self. Screw what you want in instant gratification mode. Alright? Look out for your future, because that is who really needs you. No one more than your future self. Alright, guys? So that is my bit of advice for couples. Now, for anybody that wants to follow my Instagram, High Vibrations 44, I try to keep the energy light and just put a lot of good motivating stuff. So definitely check it out if you guys want to. And for anyone looking for a personal reading, the current wait time right now is 3 to 4 full weeks. Now, if you guys can wait that time, that is perfect. And, you know, you will get a confirmation email. So if you guys do get, you know, just a standard reading and something drastic does change for the reading that you need to make me aware of, just please email me, let me know, and I'll apply it to the reading when I get to it. If you guys cannot wait that time, I do offer emergency readings, and I offer, it's called Quick Questions, where it's a 48-hour wait at most, but usually you'll get it within the day. It takes a little bit longer on the weekend sometimes, but I literally just record a 3-minute video. It's one question, $10, and I send you the answer right away. Okay. Other than that, yeah, the emergency readings you'll get within 48 hours, regardless of what kind of emergency reading you get, or the quick question that I mentioned. And then for all of my iPhone users, I am on an app called Instant Go. The link is in my description. So you guys can download that, you know, add my profile, and you guys can text me questions, okay? It'll get right to my phone. So just go right into writing the question, because it does charge by character. So the more you write, the more it will charge. So just be aware of that. And for anybody that does choose to get a personal reading through my website, I just want to clear up a lot of confusion. The website platform that I use does not allow me to sell my services without some sort of calendar there. So it will ask you to select a slot. It does not matter what you choose. That is just to lock in the thing, okay? So, or lock in your reading rather. So if you guys do get a standard reading, 3 to 4 week wait. Okay, and I will email it to you. If you guys do want to speak one-on-one, you'd have to get the hour reading or longer, okay, whether it's an emergency or just standard one. And if you guys get the emergency, then I will send it out to you within 48 hours, excluding Sundays, okay? I just always try to remind myself to say that, because one time I had someone, they booked a reading at like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was like on a Saturday, something like that. And they booked that at 8 o'clock, and they thought that they were going to be able to speak to me, and they made it for 8:15. So they booked that at 8. They were expecting a call at 8:15. So I wake up around like 9 something, and somebody's just going off on me, and they're cursing me out, and they're calling me a scam artist, and that I'm a liar and I'm stealing money. So I really just want to avoid that. And rest assured, guys, that I have never, ever, ever, you know, taken anything without sending something in return, okay? So your money is good with me, okay, guys? So I love you, squad. Make some smart decisions, put yourself first, and always look out for your future self, okay? Always have them in your best interest. I love y'all. Take care.